Summary of the Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal. This is often a book about willpower, how it works and the way to develop it. There's plenty of practical advice, also as ingenious explanations of biological and psychological mechanisms involved. Another important part of the book is exercises, mostly for developing self-awareness, an important tool for somebody willing to figure on one's willpower and motivation. In this post, I'll omit these exercises entirely, and concentrate only on the ideas that I took away after putting this tiny book down. The list isn't complete, but those are the foremost important ones on behalf of me, ones that resonated and stuck. Your mileage may vary. Slightly smiling face. First, a super short list of practical tips for those of you impatient. If you simply have a moment, read them, incorporate them into your life, and you'll be good. Stress and sleep deprivation kill your willpower. Reorganize your environment to scale back stress. Feeling guilty is an anti-pattern. Drop guilt and become stronger. Feeling bad after giving in is simply another stress, this point self-generated. Treat your future self an equivalent way you treat yourself. He's an equivalent as you, definitely not an excellent hero with superpowers. So be kind to him, don't leave him with piles of sh*t to affect simply because this you has preferred some short-term solutions. He won't handle it then, a bit like you can't handle it now. And the most vital takeaway, perhaps. You never are going to be on top of things of your thoughts. But you'll always choose whether and the way to influence them. So, there's little point in trying to suppress your thoughts and desires, or feeling guilty about them. They're an inevitable part of being a person's. But don't allow them to control your behavior. You and only you're responsible of it. Now, for those of you who can delay their gratification, a more complete and detailed list of useful takeaways. Reptile brain, there's an older part of the brain, a legacy of our evolutionary history, which is liable for short-term thinking, satisfying urges, reacting to immediate impulses, and so on. A memorable, albeit non-flattering, analogy is that inside each folks lives an instant gratification monkey. And within the times these outdated mechanisms often cause more harm than they are doing good. Apart from this older part, there's a more modern part in our brains that's responsible for willpower. Our brains have developed certain mechanisms for long-term planning and resisting instant temptations to guard ourselves from ourselves. Willpower instinct is biologically ingrained in human brain, a bit like the monkey short-term behavior. These two parts, willpower and therefore the monkey part, coexist and sometimes conflict with one another, often driving people within the opposite directions in their daily lives. Willpower muscle analogy may be a legit one. Excellent news is, one can exercise it and obtain better at it. It also can get tired, then needs time to recover. Sort of a muscle, willpower drains your energy, but not that much. When monkey brain takes over, when there's an immediate exposure to a stimulus, both in space and time. In other words, once we can see it, touch it, smell it, or lick it now or soon, it's the strongest effects on our older brains. The monkey brain goes crazy. However, if there's even a 10-minute delay before gratification, the effect drops sharply. Which brings us to tricking monkey brain into serving your long-term goals. Here's the trick. To assist you stay track towards your goals, make them more attractive. They're to monkey brain. How? By making it appear closer than it is, visualizing it, imagining yourself already having achieved that goal. That boosts the priority of the goal in your inner value system, helps you to specialize in the distant goal, and to resist immediate gratification from various distractions, e.g. eating healthy food versus eating that bright pack of tasty cookies. Now, whichever of the two appeals more to your inner monkey? That's how visualization and affirmation techniques work. You could even make it your daily 5-minute habit to help in staying on target. Living with the inner monkey, by doing the other, changing our surroundings by putting tempting objects far away from our sight, or by delaying gratification, we will fight back and gain control over our inner monkeys. An honest example would be, once you feel an urge to smoke a cigarette, tell yourself, I will smoke, but in 5 minutes, not now. Which little trick alone helps people to chop down on number of cigarettes they smoke daily. There are physiological tricks to boost one's capacity for willpower, e.g. by slowing down one's breath. It works because there's a two-way connection between ability to exercise willpower and various physiological indicators, pulse variability, depth of breathing, etc. So you'll learn to place your body into the states that enhance capacity for willpower. A minimum of in theory. Importance of reference to your future self. The closer you are with future you, the more you'll act in his interests, your own long-term interests. That's things that help to enhance that connection. Attempt to talk with him, write him a letter, no got to actually send it, stop idealizing him, no, he won't suddenly have longer to try to do things than you are doing, or have a far better health, and deeply experience that you simply and him are an equivalent person with common interests. In The Willpower Instinct, the author, Kelly McGonigal, shares numerous studies that show how forgiving yourself for a transgression improves your chances of developing your willpower instead of reduces it. She says, study after study shows that self-criticism is consistently related to less motivation and worse self-control. Self-criticism is more likely to cause you to try to do precisely the opposite of what you would like to try to do. Self-compassion is related to more motivation and better self-control. Self-compassion actually causes you to more accountable and more likely to require personal responsibility. Dr. McGonigal explains that forgiveness takes away the shame and pain of brooding about what happened. Throughout her book, Dr. McGonigal offers willpower experiments. She titles the experiment for self-compassion forgiveness once you fail. She suggests thinking of a time once you gave in to temptation, or maybe procrastination. First, ask yourself, what are you feeling? Notice if self-criticism comes up. Second, remember you're only human, which everyone struggles with willpower challenges. A setback doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. The third step is to ask yourself, what would you tell a friend? You're likely to encourage your friend to not hand over. Are you able to do an equivalent for yourself? This is it. I hope you found this summary useful. I wish you good luck with taming your inner monkey. Hey, thank you for watching Pro Books, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.
Did you like this audiobook summary? Click the like button now to support our channel, and click subscribe if you want to get notified each time we post a new free audiobook summary on YouTube.